Having a location in a warehouse where you can put products for any reason that need to be put away at a later date is super useful. I'm Brady Agronoff. I'm a co-founder of Warehance. It's a modern WMS. If you're looking for a WMS, go down the description below. You can set up a demo, or we can get you set up with a 60-day free trial. So let's talk about put-away locations. Put-away locations are a very special type of location in the warehouse. So a put-away location can't be a tote, it can't be pickable, and it can't be sellable. We have a specific workflow in Warehance. It's called Putaway, and it can be used on any location, but if you go to a put-away location, you scan it, it'll walk you through almost a reverse picking process that will allow you to easily put away those products. Now we're gonna go over that in another video. It's outside the scope of this one, but keep that in mind as we go over what put-away locations are and when you might use them, because you might find spots in your warehouse that they're useful that we don't actually mention here. So let me pull up a table here. I'm gonna grab a couple example put-away locations and we'll go over some of the use cases. Okay, I have two corrugated boxes here. We're gonna say that these are my locations. These are gonna be my put-away locations. Let's call them put-away 1 and 2, or maybe 7 and 8, since those numbers are actually on these bins. Now, these are not real locations in our warehouse, but these are just for the sake of the video here. So I'm gonna move them off to the side. So our first example we're gonna go over is, let's say I am receiving returns. So I have my bin of returns. I'm gonna grab my return, I'm gonna tear it open, and I'm gonna start putting away the products. Now, I don't wanna go find the locations that these live in the warehouse. I might not know if my whole job is just to receive returns. So instead, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the actual products into put-away locations. So as I'm processing the items that came back in the return, I'm gonna scan them, I'm gonna specify what the condition they're in when they arrive, and then I'm going to receive them either as damaged or as good inventory. Now, if they're good inventory, I'm gonna maybe receive them all into a put-away location. These are gonna be locations that might be located at the side of the table like they are here. They might be located right next to all the tables. So if you have multiple people processing the returns, they can all use the same put-away locations. So I'm gonna take put-away location 7, for example, and I'm gonna receive all of my good product into put-away location 7. At a later point, Kimmy might be able to come along and put away this entire bin, and it will lead her through a reverse picking process, again, that put-away flow that I mentioned, and that will allow her to efficiently put away all those products. The cool thing about this is you might not just do the products from one return, but you might process 20 returns, put all of the inventory into one big location, and then, again, Kimmy can come through later that day and she can put away all that product at once. So if you have the same product in multiple returns, Kimmy is only gonna be going to each location one time, which is the efficiency of that put-away flow, and it allows you to process the returns all at once and then put them away all at once and avoid going to each location multiple times. So there's 2 times when putting all the inventory into the same put-away location isn't going to work. And the first time is gonna be when you have damaged inventory. So Warehance does not allow you to mix damaged inventory and good inventory in the same bin. So making sure you have multiple put-away locations or a different location to manage your damaged inventory is a good idea when you're receiving these returns. Another time that you're not gonna be able to use one put-away location is if you're using lot tracking. So again, Warehance does not allow you to mix 2 different lots of the same product into a single location. So we typically suggest that people have multiple put-away locations at any given station where they're either processing returns or where they're shipping, and I'll get to that use case here in a second. That way, that if you have these lots or if you have damaged inventory, then you don't have to worry about conflicts when you're putting them back into a put-away location. So I mentioned one other use case, and that's when you're shipping the order. Now, for whatever reason, that order may not be correct when you get it to the shipping station. Maybe there's missing products, maybe there's extra products, maybe there's something else wrong with the order that makes it not ready to ship yet. But you wanna reset the fulfillment process on that order so that it can go back into either picking flow, batch shipping, or some other fulfillment process. So when you decide to actually not ship that order at that shipping screen, you can put away the inventory that you have there on the table into a put-away location. That way you don't have to go put it back into the pickable bins or the overstock or wherever you actually got that product from, because your packer may have no idea where that product goes in the warehouse. So you can put in that put-away location, and then Kimmy can come through again and put away that inventory at a later point. She can put away inventory from multiple orders that have been reset, Or she could even put away inventory from orders that have been reset and returns that have come in if you use the same Putaway location. So you have lots of options of what you can put into the Putaway location and what you can mix, and then you can have somebody come through and efficiently put them all away at once. So I've shown you 2 use cases that we use Putaway locations for in our warehouse, and there's a lot more that you can use it for throughout your warehouse. And so taking some of the general principles and some of the things that we've gone over here today, now that you know what a Putaway location is and what the Putaway flow is, you can implement this elsewhere in your warehouse to make any of your processes as efficient as possible. Again, if you need a WMS, go down in the description below. You can request a demo of Warehance or get a 60-day free trial.